Preston, how you doing, man? Obviously, we saw Devontae go down with the hamstring. What does that do to to defenses with you and impact what you guys are doing when you lose a guy like Devontae?
I feel like we just gonna stick with the same plan. We lose people. Like I got lost last year, week 8. And it's the next guy up, I guess. So, we prepare for it. So, offense doesn't change really much. We still stick with our same program.
Adam?
Preston, how did the knee respond the first time you got out there, and was your speed and explosivity what you wanted it to be?
The knee felt pretty good. It's just been feeling on count. Just feeling. It was just a good feeling being back out there with my guys. Able to compete. Try to get a win. So.
Cam?
What happened, I guess, in your view on that first interception? It looked like you were going against Gilmore and you may have slipped.
Yeah, I slipped. Trying to throw him by. Got to have better feet on the throw by. But, yeah, I slipped on the pass that fits through to me. So.
Adam?
If you are called upon, if Devontae's out for a minute, if you are called upon to be their number one, how confident are you in both your health and your ability to take on that role?
It's not more of a role thing. It's just more of a system. We got a system, we got concepts. There's a time me and Devontae on the same side. It might be a route where I might declare it out for him, or he might declare it out for me. So I don't look at it from a one or two thing. We all just trying to make plays.
Alan?
Hey, Preston, how would you describe your battle going up against Gilmore yesterday?
It was good work. My first game back out there felt pretty good. Got good competition. Gilmore's one of the top corners in the league, so it was good. Just getting that look and getting that work in the first game of the season. So,
Omar?
I wanted to ask you, Coach Flores talked about finding a way to get more explosive plays out of the offense. What are some of the things that you think can definitely help you guys produce more points?
Everybody doing their job, as we coach said, just everybody do their job and just having more consistent plays. I think the plays were there, we just got to string along better plays right after each other instead of, having to play here and there. So.
All right, we'll do one more. We'll go to Alan.
What'd you see from the new guy, Bowden, in practice last week?
Good route running. I watched him in college, played against him actually. I always thought he was a great talent. So, I'm glad he's here to compete, just like everybody else is.
Austin, what was it like getting in your first NFL game? What were some of the emotions that you had, and how did you think you performed?
I was just really excited to play, finally get on the field with my teammates and compete. Something we've been looking forward to since about April now. So I was just really excited to get out there and do that.
Cam?
Hey, Austin, I guess from my view, it didn't look like you gave up a sack or even a hurry. It looked like you had a pretty good first game. How did you sort of grade yourself out, and did you expect to play that well?
I expect to show up and compete every day, but, at the end of the day, there's still a lot of things I need to work on and get better at. So, kind of just keep working, keep doing the things I'm doing well now, but also keep getting better every day.
Alan?
Hey, Austin, what's the biggest thing you learned from your first NFL game?
Biggest thing I learned, probably the speed of the game picks up a little bit from practice to the actual game. So I guess just getting acclimated to the speed of the game and learning how to anticipate movement from the defense. That's something I learned throughout like the first quarter.
Omar?
What is it going to take for this unit to develop the chemistry that you guys need to be an efficient run blocking unit?
Definitely just communication is the biggest thing. And, you know, we all sit down with each other and we talk about stuff that needs to get done. So I think just as we keep going and keep working harder and getting better, you know, we'll see more improvements on our end.
Travis?
Hey, Austin, have kind of a two-pronged question here for you, both about Ted Karras and his comments post-game. He mentioned the Patriots have a very unique rush and thought you guys did well to kind of combat some of that rush stuff. I'm curious to get your take on that, but also he said that he was proud of the young guys, the two rookies, you and Solomon Kinley. Just want to ask you about Ted Karras' communication and leadership and what it means up front for you guys.
It means a lot, you know, Ted's the center, so he's pretty much like the head honcho of the offensive line. You know, they're the big brains down there. They see everything. And he's just been a great leader, you know, especially to guys like me and Solomon who are young and don't know much. He's always been, you know, having his hand out and helping all of us every step of the way.
Adam?
I was wondering, they had some success against you guys early in the run defense game. Was there anything that they did unique? What was giving you problems, and then why did it open up a little bit in the second half?
Yeah, there was a lot of movement throughout the run game early on. You know, a couple movement pieces I should have picked up myself. But as soon as we got acclimated, we adjusted, and, you know, that's what we do. We plan to keep that for the rest of the season.
Omar?
What was the reactions with Solomon in terms of when you guys looked at the film, evaluating and the coach's assessments of how you guys did?
Yeah, it was good. You know, we were both talked about being excited to play, but, you know, it's still a long season ahead of us, and, you know, we don't want to get too excited over now. You know, we want to finish at the end of the year, you know, feeling good about what we did. So we're still working every day.
Hal?
Austin, did you have a welcome to the NFL moment? And if not, was there maybe anything any of the Patriots said to you after the game that maybe boosted your confidence any?
No, not really. I mean, nah. No welcome to the NFL moment. And there was no boost from the Patriots post-game either.
Cam?
I wanted to get your emotions kind of going into it. No preseason game, so this is literally the first time you're taking a snap. What's sort of going through your mind that first snap, that walk to the stadium, that everything when it's real?
You know, you can only look up and be starstruck for so long. You know, you still got, you know, people trying to hit you right in front of you. So, you know, the whole time I was excited. It was different, but I was still very focused on, you know, doing my job for my team.
Hal?
I didn't have my hand raised or didn't mean to, sorry.
All right, thanks for the honesty, Hal. We'll go to last question for Adam.
Yeah, it's the same. I think there's a glitch with this. Our hands are getting raised without us asking questions. But let me ask you this anyway. Have you had a chance at all to look at the Buffalo Bills and what they're going to present this week?
Yeah, definitely. I looked at their game yesterday, you know, against the Jets. You know, starting to work on the defense early. You know, IDing their guys. You know, they run a different defense than the Patriots do. So it'd be fun to get a look at, you know, a different type of defense this week. And, you know, we're excited for it. They got playmakers, we got playmakers, and it should be fun.
Brandon, excuse us for our surprise, but you kind of came out from left field in terms of how much you played. Did you anticipate getting into the game as much as you did?
I think the biggest thing going into it, I knew I was in a couple of packages. You know, it was really just based off of what the Patriots gave us, depending on personnel and stuff, whether I would get in and play as much as I did. I was definitely up for the challenge and I was ready for it. You know, we prepared every single day for that moment. I was ready for it, either if I was, you know, starting in one package or backing somebody up in the next. I think the biggest thing for me was just being ready, because you never know when your number was called. And, you know, surprisingly, it was the first play of the game. So.
Alan?
Hey, Brandon, yeah, you just mentioned the first play of the game. So how would you describe the feeling of being on the field as a starter in your first NFL game?
It was cool. It was it's a lot different, honestly, than anything I've been a part of. You know, obviously making the jump from college to NFL, and then the fact that there was nobody in the stands. So it was crazy. It was an awesome experience, obviously, just to be able to get out there. My biggest thing was just being able to trust my abilities, everything that I've been coached to do up to that point, and just, you know, trust my coaching and follow my keys for every play that I had. So I was just out there, you know, doing my part at the end of the day, and not trying to do too much.
Joe Shad?
Hey, Brandon, after having a chance to review the film, what are some things that you guys feel as a group you kind of learned that you can do better to stop the run?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just doing your part. We have a lot of guys that are very competitive on the defensive side and, you know, want to make plays for the team and for us to get a better outcome than what we did yesterday. So I think just being able to do your part, be able to master that, and kind of control what you can control at the end of the day. You know, just not doing too much, do your 1/11th, and you can kind of go from there.
Adam?
Was it a surprise how much Cam ran? Certainly he hadn't played in like a year, and there's some concerns about his health. Were you anticipating that much on the ground from the quarterback?
We knew we had a pretty good idea going into it, how much he was going to run, especially with a guy like Cam. You know, he's really good at doing what he does, obviously, whether it's in the passing game or if it's running. And he definitely, you know, they utilized him as best they could. And, you know, they kind of you know, fit the scheme around him. So I don't think we were too surprised about the run. We knew it was going to happen. And I think the biggest thing for us was just being able to stop it when it did.
Cam?
Hey, Brandon, I know you kind of pride yourself on preparation. We kind of remember the draft stuff you were talking about with the cards. Was there one or two things that maybe you weren't prepared for in your first game that, you know, surprised you?
I would say being in college, I was kind of all over the place position-wise. And yesterday, my role, I was in the box a lot. And just being able to see how fast the run developed was super surprising to me. I didn't realize it happened that fast. And you got to just be ready to go. You know, you key your guy. As soon as he blocks down or does whatever he does, you have to kind of react off of that. So just kind of getting a feel for that and seeing how fast that happens, it's something that you really can't you really can't be ready for. You have to be in the situation to realize it.
Travis?
Hey, Brandon, that was kind of my question. I guess I'll just kind of piggyback off of that. You had 10 tackles in the game, and post-game, Bobby McCain did mention your play instincts. How would you assess your ability to play fast at this level in your first game?
I say just preparation and what I do and just the type of guy I am. You know, I'm a firm believer in relentless effort, and that's one of our pillars too in the program. And, you know, just doing whatever I can to get to the ball. You know, going through college with Coach Herman, you know, the play's not dead until the whistle's blown. So that's just kind of my mindset and how I'm wired to just go until I hear a whistle, and really just trust my techniques and, you know, all the stuff that I've been able to accomplish up to this point. And like I said, just being able to read your keys and, you know, see what you need to see and not see too much. I think I did a really good job of that, of just realizing if this happens, what's next to come. So I think that's the biggest reason why I was able to play at the speed I was yesterday.
Alan?
Hey, Brandon. So I wanted to ask you if you had a welcome to the NFL moment during the game at any point.
I mean, not really, honestly. Just the speed itself was kind of tone welcome to the NFL for me. Just being able to see how fast it developed, and you know, guys in the league, everybody's super strong, you know, and they probably see me and probably want to take advantage of me any chance they get when it comes to cracking or guard pulling and stuff like that. But thankfully, I was good for this week.
Hal?
Hey, Brandon, besides the amount of playing time you had, what about that stat, 10 tackles? If I had told you before the game you would wind up with that many, would you have been surprised? Is that a big number for you, do you think?
No, not to me. I had a couple games like that in college, honestly. I mean, it is what it is. You know, it's my job as a defensive back. If stuff breaks or if the ball's on the perimeter to get the guy on the ground at the end of the day. So I wasn't too excited about it. You know, it is what it is. I'm super hard on myself anyways. I feel like there's one tackle I did miss, so that number could have been 11. So that's the big thing to me.
All right, final question. We'll go to Cam.
Hey, Brandon, obviously you got another running quarterback this week in Josh Allen. I want to see how much you can take from, you know, defending Cam and kind of apply that to defending Josh.
I think they're very similar in a way, but they're also very different, obviously, with this type of offense that they have. And I think, you know, just knowing Josh Allen's been in the offense for a little bit, I think we have a better kind of idea and understanding of what's to come versus, you know, Cam's first game with the Patriots really weren't too aware and didn't know what could actually happen. So I think that kind of gives us an advantage of watching last year's film, having a good idea of situations, or they do this when this happens and stuff like that. So that's a big thing. I'm always a guy that reads different keys and during film. So being able to have that factor to help for Sunday is going to be big.
Hey, Andrew, good to see you. What do you think are some of the biggest things that the team learned in the first game, especially when it comes to the area of run defense?
The biggest thing is just doing our job, you know, try not to press and try to go make a play, you know, instead of just doing our job and taking care of what we can control. I think that'll help us.
Adam?
How often do you guys use a spy cam, and do you think it was effective when you did?
Sorry, what'd you say? The side?
Oh, a spy linebacker on cam. How often do you guys do it, and was it effective when you did?
There's a couple play calls that we had in to, you know, spy or mirror him. And yeah, it's something that we can improve on. We had different rushes in and a game plan rush, you know, to try to take his legs out of it. But, you know, he's a good athlete and he can escape the pocket. So he did a good job of that. And yeah, I think the biggest thing is just being able to contain him on the edge.
Cam?
Hey, Andrew, how much did I guess their read option plays maybe catch you guys off guard as far as the frequency and, you know, maybe how they did them?
Right. Yeah, I think it definitely showed up more than we anticipated. You know, they got us on a couple early, and then from there it just took over. And I think if we would have shut it out early, we wouldn't have seen it as much. But, you know, they gained a couple yards on it early, so it kept showing up. Yeah.
Omar?
Andrew, what's the biggest key in regards to setting the edge? That's one of your roles as a player in this defense. What's the main elements that you have to principles that you have to live by?
Right. I mean, there's a lot of different things that come into play when you talk about setting the edge, you know, whether it be a crack toss or, you know, them trying to get on the perimeter, reverses, boots, that's all in our job description as an edge defender. So just being aware of that and understanding, you know, they're trying to mess with our eyes. So trying to force everything back into the heart of the defense.
Barry?
Hi, Andrew. I was a little surprised yesterday, 8 defensive snaps for you because you had a very good training camp. Obviously, there's more depth and quality at the edge position this year. Had you known you would play that little, have Anthony or Josh or Austin told you that you can anticipate more playing time than yesterday down the road?
I'm just taking it one day at a time, you know. I'm not too caught up into it. The coaches, I just gotta be able to rely and trust on them, in them. So, you know, we'll see where it goes. I got to keep improving and doing better myself. And whatever happens, happens. You know, it's in their hands. So.